Hi all, Sarah Batchelor here, Neuro-Spicy music teacher, and I'm a teacher here in the province of Alberta. And if you got this text that you see on your screen here yesterday, you are not in the minority of many people. And there's been a lot of questions as to how they got our contact information and is this spam. So I thought I'd just kind of follow up on that. And I did a little bit of research because the wild thing about this is if a business sent us this text, it would absolutely be spam and illegal. But because the government is doing it, they've got a few different rules. They don't have to quite follow the same rules as the businesses do. So political parties are now held to the same privacy rules. They are allowed to collect our data, combine databases, and then text without consent. And it's done with very little oversight. And they're not even breaking any rules to do this. But here is the one thing that it does have to have that ours does not. It doesn't have an option to opt out. So to not be spam by definition, it has to have a yes, no, you can continue to receive these texts, or put stop or something so that you can stop receiving them. And these texts do not. They do follow the rules in that they clearly say, yes, this is the United Conservative Party reaching out to you. But other than that, no, they don't tell us we can opt out. And that for them is a little bit problematic. So even though they're exempt from the CASL stuff, they're still expected to follow the CRTC telecom rules. This means they should clearly identify who's contacting you, which they did. And then, as I've said, provide an option to opt out, which they did not. So that means we can report it because it is in violation of the CRTC rules. So I'll put in the comments or something, the link to report. But what you need to do is you need to send a screenshot of the messages, the phone number it came from, the date and time, and note that no opt-out option was provided. You can also report them to the National Do Not Call list, or what we call the DNCL. So even though political parties are exempt from DNCL marketing rules, you can still file a complaint about the lack of identification or the no unsubscribe mechanism, which is what we're seeing in ours. So that's good to know. And it doesn't hurt to go to the source because honestly, Elections Alberta is where they probably got your phone number, right? Everyone's like, where did they get it? Probably Elections Alberta. So we can report directly to them. What they're going to need from you is how the number, what you need to do is ask them some questions, pardon me. So ask them, how was my number obtained? Does this comply with the Elections Act? What are the rules that apply to mass texting by political parties? Are these clearly defined? Is this information they can share with us? Because it's not something I could find, not on the interweb anyways. And finally, and I suggest this only as a matter of protocol, because if you're following the steps of communication properly when you're dealing with political parties, the MLA is who you should be contacting. And the reason I say it's a formality is because, well, some of you may know I was the media lead on the Recall Angela Pitt campaign, and that was primarily because of a lack of communication. But, whether I have faith in my MLA or not, doesn't mean I'm not going to send her an email and ask, hey, where did you guys get this data from? Why is there no opt-out? What protections exist for my personal information? Because it's not just about a text, right? This is about our personal data that's being used without clear consent. There was a lot of hubbub about that with the Alberta Next panel as well. How are they getting our information? What are they doing with this data, right? Why are there different rules for political parties versus everybody else? Although that kind of sums up how the UCP operates, and why the lack of transparency, although unless poor Angela Pitt's been given the answer to that by someone else in the party, she's not going to answer you because she follows the party line and that's it. And I'm pretty sure most MLAs that are UCP are the same. I really hate painting everyone with the same brush, but this is where we are. So if this bothered you that they were sending out a mass text to everybody, here are some steps that you can engage in to hopefully make some change. Thanks for watching. I know that many of us care very deeply about what's happening in our province and in education specifically, and I'm just here to try and interpret some of the stuff that's coming out and share from my own experiences as the Neuro-Spicy music teacher. Thanks for watching.